Hello and welcome to the Hobby Corner. My name is Kev and this is Graveyard Thoughts, where we drag up those old, dead and buried conversations and subjects and give it a good beating once more. Today's subject, Games Workshop's paint range and brush range is the best in the world. Okay, so straight away we're going to have lots of replies saying, oh no, this company has got the best brushes, that company's got the best brushes, this company's got the best paints, that company's got the best paints. And I'm going to tell you categorically, you're all wrong. Now this is coming from a perspective of someone who has tried some different paints. I've the occasional Vallejo, an army painter. Haven't really expanded too far into the ranges of others because who's got the time or the money to try them all out? Unless you're painting tons, you're never going to really be able to explore all of them. And I have used various different brushes as well, not just the ones supplied by Games Workshop, which I think in the 20 odd years that I've been using them have actually gone through 3 different companies. So what I want to say is, well, different companies do different colors of paints or different tone shades, blah blah blah. They do them slightly differently, and some do them better than others. White is the biggest culprit. White paint is notoriously difficult to get right, and Games Workshop have struggled to have a base paint that can be consistent throughout, pot on pot on pot. Some pots are good, some pots are bad, and because of that, it's got a real bad reputation. But the layer paint, the white scar, it's actually pretty damn decent. So, there's that. Then you got like platinum white, or like other whites that are made by other companies, and they seem a lot more consistent. But then Games Workshop have other colors which sort of stomp those, like the Mephiston red, which is an absolute lovely paint to put down, as long as you use the right base coat underneath it, or primer even. So it's sort of those things where different ranges of paints have their strengths and weaknesses, and you can mix and match. And you can ask anyone who does commission painting if they mix and match their paint ranges, and they'll tell you yes, they probably go for about 3 or 4 different paint ranges, and they're still experimenting and still trying to find the best set of paints. It's all trial and error, and there are many factors that affect them. The consistency within the batches themselves, the ability to be used on the wet palette, or to be used with oils, or to be like how quickly they dry out, how long they can stay wet, or how long they take to dry. All these different things can affect even the pigmentation. Some are more pigment heavy and some are a bit lighter, and they will be used for different things as well. So there's that. And then you got the brushes. Now, I said they are the best in the world. So what I mean by that is not the price point, because you could get really cheap brushes which are almost as good from any arts and crafts shop, or even Poundland, if you just want brushes to throw down shade and get the base coats done. So why am I saying it's it's because they're there. There's a consistent range, there's a consistent category system, and there's a consistent size system. Now, it's not perfect, you don't need all of the brushes, but now you can like skip sizes here and there, But because they got this whole system with the paints and the brush types and the brush sizes and that system is what puts it ahead of the other competitors. Now, personally, I really love my broken toed brushes. The Fugazi ones are on point, and the Sable, the Klinsky Sable, I I kind of feel a bit fancy using them. So I use them for my best work, my neater work. And I use the Klinsky, no, not the Klinsky. I use the Fugazi ones, more for the harsher work, And then I keep my Citadel ones. I use them for the base work, mixing the paints, applying the base colors down, the harder metallics, that sort of stuff. The stuff that I don't want to really wear down my nicer, more expensive brushes. But even though they are beautiful brushes, they haven't got a paint range that come along with them. They don't have that to match. So you have a beautiful set of brushes with a great diversity of sizes. I mean, like they're pretty much the sizes you need. The size 2, size 1, the 0, and then the 1/3. I mean, like, yeah, that's all you need really. But for dry brushing and that, you need like a soft makeup brush or those crazy, overly expensive Opus ones. I mean, I think Army Painter do cheaper versions, and they're just as good as the Opus ones. But yeah, makeup brushes do the job, and the Games Workshop ones are pretty good too. So, I mean, if you're getting into the hobby and you're learning about painting and you need some consistency on the paints, going from a base, layering, shading, and all that, highlighting. If you want to have some consistency on what size brushes to use and, which ones to use and when to use them, Citadel has kind of almost got there, almost got to the pinnacle of that. There are still lots of areas they need to improve, paints and brushes, but it's evolving and it's maturing all the time. And I don't think any other paint company for miniatures or for hobby have quite got there yet at that level, and that's why I say it's the best. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I know there's going to be a lot of people having to go about which paints are better and which brushes are better, but I'm talking about the entire package here. But as I always say, it's my opinion and you have yours, and we're allowed to disagree. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how we have healthy debate. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share, and if you want to support the channel, you can do so in those various ways as well. Big love to you. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.